What's going on, Joe fans? This is Nicholas, also known as In Like Flint. I'm going to take a derisive and mocking look at the 1984 Terra Toys collector's case, which holds 24 G.I. Joe figures and accessories badly. We're going to take a look at an alternate means that I use as well, that I think is actually better. The first thing you notice as you look at the front of this thing here, we see Duke, we see CoverGirl with some ridiculously long hair. So when we take a look at the other characters and vehicles on this thing, I think we're going to find that the artist was a little bit confused and may have mixed up Scarlet and CoverGirl, which if you look at the original figures obviously look, pretty similar. But for this just cracks me up. Let's take a closer look. So, like I said, Duke is rendered fairly well. CoverGirl is about 95% correct. It's when you look to the left and the right that things get a little more Who dis? It's hard to fight the urge that anytime you see a nondescript Joe in green gear with a helmet to just immediately say, that's Grunt, obviously. I'm guessing that's Grunt. What is he? He looks like he's stole a motorcycle from the Nazis. I don't know what that is. That's not a Ram. It's too early for the Silver Mirage. I don't know what that is. If it had at least been green, I'd give you, okay, it's a Ram. I don't know what that is. We have Robin Hood Recondo here with a pistol he stole from Cobra, evidently. He's in green. A lot of green. Actually doesn't look that bad, other than his derpy 70s hair there. Then we have, I don't know who the hell this is. Based on what we see in the Sunbow series, I'm wondering if they saw some character sheets and if this had a white t-shirt and blue pants and black hair. I could see that being Torpedo in his non-scuba gear. But I don't know. It just looks like generic. I don't know what that is. The melting tank in the background here that has a face like a whale's mouth there. I don't know what that is. Again, it's blue. It looks like they stole it from the Germans. We've got what looks like Steeler with Duke's bandolier. And speaking of Duke here, look at that M16. That looks like an unholy union of unprotected sex between an M16 and an AK-47. I don't know. Again, CoverGirl. It's CoverGirl. Duke, it's Duke. Yeah, I don't know. Snake Eyes. It's hard to tell the way that color is done with that red clashing with it, but I can't tell if that's green. I think it's green. I think it's the same dark green as Duke here, the way they did the shadows. So we got a green Snake Eyes, which, hey, I'd buy that. We've got White Doc. It's clearly Doc. He's in tan. He's in the correct color. He's got a half-hearted attempt at sunglasses drawn on him. He's got a cross. He's got lots of pouches. But he's been race swapped. We've got... Oops, I slipped and had to shave off my entire mustache. Mutt here. Again, it looks decent. The colors are closer to what it should be, just like Doc. It's the right color for the costume. I don't know what that pistol is. Again, funding got cut, and he had to steal something from Cobra. Gung Ho. Now, granted, in the comic, he's sometimes in completely different colors. So I can see mixing it up a little bit. You know, putting him more in green rather than the blue. But that brown vest with the dark green hat, it just immediately changes him. He just looks like a biker. He just looks like village people, like more than usual, really. And again, I don't know what that pistol is. Oh, and you know what? I don't know what CoverGirl is holding here. That actually looks like Taurus's gun before Taurus's gun was a thing. You've got a wooden stock. That looks a lot like Taurus's gun. But it's got a stock or ammo clip in a bad spot, so it's hard to say. Oh yeah, look at that. So, we've got a lot of Joes on here that just don't look like Joes. It cracks me up for some reason. The biggest offender, and when I have it, I'm gonna point everybody out on there. The metal lunchbox. I can't wait to get that thing. I need to find it in the right condition for the right price, but we are gonna review what's going on there, because there's a lot of Joes that, again, you don't know who they are. I thought there were more people on this. If we flip it around and take a look, stand by. So we come around to the rear here. This looks a lot better. This looks like what you would see at the end of the opening credits just before the episode starts. Everybody is the correct color. This looks a lot better. I wish this was on the front or something similar. We've got CoverGirl with again, longer hair. If they were gonna do a coloring error, it would have been nice to see her in the blonde hair, like in the first miniseries. Torpedo. I feel like this artist, and I've done this myself, got really tired of drawing the same pose on everybody over and over. Some fists are better than others. Doc looks really good, but he's a little less dynamic. Mutt looks like he's raising his hand to go to the bathroom. Hey, calm the fuck down, Tripwire. Whoa. He's like standing over his fallen foes about to drink their blood. I don't know what's going on there. Oops. Oh, this is opening. Okay, not yet. We don't want to reveal who's in there yet. Airborne looks really good. Recondo looks really good. Recondo looks tiny. And I used to have this problem a lot. When I would be drawing, my comic book characters all in a row, scaling would get weird. I'd have somebody who was supposed to be taller, smaller, or just scaled weird. Roadblock looks good, but again, gotta go to the bathroom. Duke looks like he's punching somebody almost. Blowtorch looks good. I don't know what's going on with Ripcord there. He's looking a little drunk, a little touched, I don't know. What are you doing? What are you doing, Snowjob? It's like he was about to raise his hand or pump his fist and he got distracted. Either a squirrel ran by or he saw some chick's ass, I don't know. Spirit looks good. He looks better than the figure. Gung Ho. Pants look really good. He's got the tattoo back. His hat looks good, but I would have preferred, in my humble opinion, I would have preferred that the vest be the same color as the pants to tie everything together. Now, yeah, I didn't have the handle pulled up like it should have been, or it slipped down. So this thing is like fallen open. So let's take a look inside, and this kind of view is gonna look really familiar. I see this on eBay listings all the time, where somebody thinks they have like a super rare collector's case and a smattering of like beater figures, and they want $300 for it, where there's cracked elbows, broken crotches, and you know, mismatched parts and yellowing and God knows what else. So that always cracks me up. Oh, it's vintage, it's rare, people are gonna want this. Yeah, not so much. So let's take a look at what is inside. All right, here we go. This is gonna be so loud. I hate this light plastic and how it sounds. Ah. I don't leave figures in here normally because even the higher grade Star Wars collector cases that have removable trays that double as stands, display stands, the red one can leach color into the figures or lose color. You see what we got going on here? Okay, that's better. So, again, these are ridiculously flimsy. I mainly got this because they were intact. And we got a few cracks, like there, a few stress marks and dents, but, you know, just for nostalgia's sake, for something I never owned as a kid. But I saw those space cases or star cases that were generic Star Wars ones in this same style. I've got a soft spot for crap like this now. But I tried to just throw in a bunch of random extras that I had lying around. This is typically what you'll see. Maybe there'll be one or two, you know, good figures in there that they'll try to entice you to buy the whole thing for an inflated price. At least this one here, we're gonna go handheld here. I think this will be a little bit easier and add some dynamic motion to it. So it's decent. I like my Star Wars cases better. We've got more variety. We've got Vader, C-3PO, and then the squared off vinyl cases with the removable, much sturdier and robust trays. This is really rickety, really loud, and like I said, I don't trust it I don't have any personal experience yet, but leaving a white figure in here, I would imagine some of the color is going to get sucked up by that white plastic. I've seen that happen to a couple of Hoth snowtroopers. I've actually seen chemical reactions where not only has there been color leaching, color staining, but also one of my Star Wars or Empire Strikes Back ones actually has the indent from a snowtrooper's vinyl cape melted into it. Some plastics don't play well with others, like Jabba the Hutt's arms and the kind of ball pegs that his arms snap onto are notorious for fighting and destroying each other. So this is okay. You know, I've seen some people with dozens of these full of figures, and if that's how you're storing them, great. I tend to want the majority of my figures out. Where you can actually see them. Not on the floor making a mess, but you know, I'm making videos here. But you know, there's different ways you can display. And if I get more of these, you know, I'll probably store random figures in them. With my Star Wars ones, I've actually folded up some Kleenex, put that in first to act as a buffer. But with a lot of figures, I'll just throw them in a box. The important ones, the ones that are in good shape, you know, they're out on the shelf or protected in some way. Some of these that are beater figures are just for parts, or, you know, I've since upgraded. I don't want to get rid of them yet because I might do something with them. I might use them for customs. I might need parts to replace parts on my better figures if something goes out and there's a suitable donor part available. How's your crotch? I put some plastic weld on him a while back because he was getting stress marks. I don't think it's going to show up very well, but anyway, let's take a look at something else that I have that's also considered a collector's case. I can't do air quotes with one hand, I'm sorry. So let's take a look at that next. And it's something I actually like better. This here, I wanted one of these for a while. So there's going to be two steps to this. This is a late, what is it? Mid-90s when the 12-inch figures were out. Towards the end of the line, the G.I. Joe Hall of Fame, I think. Or, well, no. This could also be from the early 2000s. Okay, Nicholas didn't do his research. Again, I just pulled this out of my ass today, so not the box, but the idea. I'm not Jack Torse. I'm not pulling large pieces of furniture out on stage. But I wanted something like this for a while, mainly because the original 12-inch figures had the wooden footlocker. As I've said in the past, or maybe I haven't yet, depending on which videos I set it in and which ones I actually was able to upload successfully. I like when things look like toys. It's a toy line. This is very toyetic. It's plastic. You can tell it's plastic because we've got stress marks here, but again, that's okay. I got this at Value Village for, what, $4? So I'm pretty happy with it. This right here is what I want to talk about first, though. I think I got this for my birthday one year with some other figures. Maybe the Polar Battle Bear. But I love this thing. I would put it on my belt and simultaneously pretend I was on a mission, but also, you know, have figures in it. I wish it was a little bit bigger, or you know, I wish I had 2 back then. That would have been cool. But I got this fairly cheap, and I don't even remember where it was now. It's probably off of eBay. But the Pocket Patrol Pack from 1983. And I like when they can just kick out something cheap like this that's stupid, but I don't know. I just like this thing. Now, I don't normally have figures in it. I don't normally open it this much. You can see some stress marks up here. That's a cheap design. These peg in, but once you bend that, you're stressing the plastic over and over and over. Like the hinge on the pop-up hood on the Kenner Landspeeder. So I'm gonna take them out. So number 1, I don't forget, but number 2, after this video, I don't have to keep opening it. And this is getting stressed as well. Not as bad. You don't have to bend it as much. But I like this more than that Terra Toys case. Yes, it has, you know, half decent artwork on it, but I like that this looks like some type of role-playing gear. The other thing that I wanted to go over, though, for this box is I'll usually use Sterilite containers and just, you know, they stack, they all look the same, makes my OCD happy, and you can cram a lot of figures in them. I don't like doing that all the time because you root around, you dig through them, you know, there's going to be paint wear. Most of these guys in here already have paint wear. A lot of them are beater figures that I picked up just for parts, again, or complete figures that were slightly yellow that I wanted for accessories, and they have some paint wear, and, you know, they're not my primary version of the character. I just dump these guys in here. They're normally in a Sterilite container, but for the purposes of this video, I wanted to illustrate things you can do. And for some reason, just from being a kid and storing my figures like this makes me happy. Seeing a bunch of random figures dumped in haphazardly makes me happy. You can see I also started shoving my file cards in here. When I'm buying figures, I will try to focus on the condition of the figure. I'm shedding, evidently. And if they have their accessories, great. I usually don't, I pretend I don't care about file cards, but I'll take them when I can get them. And there's some characters, obviously, that I care more about. And, you know, if I can get them in great shape with their file card, okay, deal me in. But again, this thing looking like an actual Footlocker. No, I'm not putting them in there. Let's put this back in there, though. This thing actually looking like a scaled down Army Footlocker or Marines. Looks really good. I'd like to get a giant G.I. Joe sticker to put on this. I think it had some paper decals on. I removed them because they were not doing so well. And really, I just like it like this. But I wouldn't mind having something, some branding on there. There is something here that I don't know if I'm going to be able to read. 1997. Okay. So yeah, this would have been, well, obviously it would have been in the 90s if it says 97. So yeah, 12-inch Hall of Fame, or it could have been re-releases of the original 12-inch figures. I can't remember. I was mostly collecting Star Wars at that time. But again, plastic, olive green plastic is preferred. It just looks better. Now, the one thing I do want is the original 1982 collector's case. Holds what, 13 figures? No, 12. Because it's not going to hold all of the original 13, which is going to bug me, but it looks cool. So at some point I will get that. But again, this thing here, these were goofy, cheap things they licensed out. I still like it though. I still want an original 82 collector's case, collector's display case, and the 1982 metal lunchbox with the To the Rescue poster on it. That artwork looks awesome. This is decent though, and I do see a lot of people who are selling things on eBay use this as their backdrop. When I was selling things, it was usually about presentation, like I'm doing here. I always felt like maybe that would entice people more. You see a good-looking figure with multiple pictures that you can tell the condition and pain points clearly, and it's also displayed well. Great. And people still try to lowball you, but what are you gonna do? It's eBay. People still overcharge, even with shitty pictures. But I think that is gonna do it. So I had promised we're gonna do edits. Are they gonna be good ones? Probably not. But at least at this advanced age, I could still learn how to do something like this and hopefully get better at it and make this a little more visually interesting. I noticed as I was doing several back-to-back last week, I noticed improvements in how I talk, how I speak. I didn't trip over my own words or, forget a word. Hunt for a word like I had to do just now. And then it's been a couple of days since I've done one. I think the last one was Wednesday, and now I'm rusty again. So was wanting to get back into this, posting some more videos, hopefully have something interesting to say, and also hopefully keeping these shorter. I looked down at the time on this and thought, oh, I'm at under 11 minutes, but I also forgot I'm recording different segments. So this is probably going to be longer than I thought it was, probably closer to half an hour. So we'll figure it out. At some point here, I want to do this. We'll review that. So I don't know. I'd rather get new stickers for it first. I mean, these aren't bad though, considering. I'd like to talk about Chuckles and his plastic fatigue accident. I'll post, maybe I'll do a separate video for that. I'd like to get a replacement one still for him, but dug him out of a box to find his entire chest had cracked on the side here. You can see a very faint line where the paint is now cracked across that flower. Basically, there was a big crack, a big gap from the hole in his shoulder almost to his buttons. And all I had to do was put some plastic weld in there, hold it together. It did fade some of the plastic a little bit, so I went over it with some satin coat. Then I tried to clean it off, and then I made a mess. Like, I had to sand some stuff down too, but I think I'm gonna just redo it. He doesn't look bad. I know there's an issue, but I could repaint that. And it's a perfectly passable figure for a display. You can see a little bit of a gap here still because I think that plastic just warped just a little bit. It's probably something about the size of his shoulder joints and something about this particular color of plastic. But again, compared to how he looked previously with a giant crack across his torso, yeah, he looks way better. So I'll take it. And I can get another one online for fairly cheap, so I ain't tripping. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap this up. Hopefully I'll get another couple of videos posted today or tomorrow for Memorial Day. And yeah. All right. This has been Nicholas, also known as In Like Flint. And thank you for tuning in to my ramblings. I will talk to you again soon. Take care.